What's up, guys? Today I'm in this 2014 SRT8 Super B, the Dodge Charger. Here we are right now. I'm basically reading the stock tune file, not the stock tune file, but basically the tune file. So this car does have headers and it is on regular gas. It's also cammed. Again, it's an unknown cam. So we have another case where we're dealing with an unknown cam. Of course, we're going to put on the dyno and retune it, go through all that, see how much it makes. I'm also going to be putting this on E85. So I haven't even seen the tune file yet, haven't even popped the hood yet. It just got dropped off. Another thing about this one is the owner feels like the tune might be off quite a bit. So he doesn't really feel the power that you would get with a cam, which is kind of what you would expect with a bad tune. So we're gonna read this file and we're gonna get to work. So before I do anything, I usually like to check for any kind of trouble codes. This car has quite a bit, so I haven't even cleared them yet. So these two here are associated with an aftermarket cam. These two are with headers. These are, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look them up. I'm going to try and depressurize, get this on Hellcat injectors, get it tuned on 91, make it to E85, fill it up on E85. We're going to drive to the dyno tomorrow and see what it does. Well, I was going to load my changes and fix the hot start, but they literally went down for maintenance 4 minutes ago. So I knew I should have bought the credits earlier today like I was going to, so that'll wait for the morning. So irritating. So really quick, while I'm kind of basically waiting for morning to do any changes, I did start the car up. I've got it logging right now. So let me show you something. So down here, now we're just sitting at idle. And this tune, which is not my tune, is averaging negative 20% fuel trims, meaning the car is trying to pull out 20% fuel. And the idle might be just a little bit too low because it does shake when it starts up. Not the typical cam chop shakiness, but it shakes almost like it's trying to find the correct idle. So I'm gonna have to fix that as well. Definitely gonna need to fix the fuel trim. So just based on how it is at idle, so you can see it's averaging, it's down a little bit further. So let's see, let's go to low. So I mean 20%, it's fluctuating between negative 24, and it's actually getting worse as time goes on, to negative 18. Generally at idle, you want to be plus or minus 6. So if it's that bad at idle, you can only imagine how it is at regular driving. So yeah, just kind of getting a feel for it. It's chopping good, so hopefully it's a big cam. We don't know what cam it is. The owner of this car bought it already cam, so we don't know the cam that's in the car. A couple of things that I noticed: the trans tune isn't really touched. This car is still shifting at 6,000 RPMs. So it's definitely going to be a game changer when we're done. So I'm very excited to get this on the dyno tomorrow. So I'm going to let it idle here, try to burn some gas, and I'll check in with you guys in the morning. You know what? But let me show you a little bit about how the chop looks. So it's a good chop, decent chop. It is awfully rich. I can just smell it from outside the car, so I can only imagine So everything looks normal, nothing crazy. So one thing I'm gonna do different about this video is normally I will like edit the videos and be like that, but this one I thought it would be fun to just record start to finish with whatever surprises that I get, and let you guys see what it's like to basically tune a car that's got a cam. You have no idea who tuned it, what cam it is. So I'm basically just running with it. So I guess this is all we can do. So let's stay tuned. I just did a little drive, about 10 miles, just kind of see where the tune's at, and just I suspected yesterday. It's definitely not the greatest. Whoever did this, I mean, probably isn't familiar too much with Hemis, because look at these fuel trims. Now these are the average fuel trims. So, I mean, look at that. Some parts were up to negative 40% fuel trims, which is just not great at all. So I played with the idle a little bit because I kind of want it to be more stable before I put it on E. I'm going to check the hot start here in a minute. So I'm going to make these changes, flash it over, and then hopefully in about an hour, maybe 2 hours, we'll start getting it on E85, get to dyno here shortly. All right, let's see how the hot start is now. So I definitely had to press on the gas to get it to start hot. Not a problem, can fix that easily. So I don't have my wideband on me right now, but I'll definitely get that hooked in. It's most likely gonna need probably more air, considering the fact that I had to press a throttle body to get it to light. So it's probably too rich, so I'll have to hook the wideband up to see what the mixture is when it first starts, and then either add fuel, take away fuel, or add throttle, or take away throttle, depending on what it looks like. All right, let's try this again. Well, that was almost it. So I think I'm just gonna be shooting in the dark, so I'll wait to get my wideband to get that all fixed up. So let's go log another time before we get some E. All right, so I got the fuel trims fixed. We're like ±7, which is a lot better than what it was. So now it's time to switch the tune. So first thing we're gonna do, like always, before we swap injectors, we're gonna turn the car on, pull the fuel pump fuse, basically try to bleed out any pressure that might be in the fuel system. So on the older cars, I'm talking 2014 and older, the fuel pump relay fuse is in the engine bay, not in the trunk like the newer cars. So I'm gonna turn it on. Or not. So depending on year and model, it could be in a different slot. Always refer to your panel cover to figure out what the slot is. For this one, it's I believe this is slot 28, which is a 25 amp. So I'm gonna pull that. And once it's out, the car will start acting weird. Totally normal. Try to die. Once it's dead, try to turn it on a couple times just to get out any other pressure that might be left. Then we can start working on the injectors. So It's obviously not going to start, but we know that. And then one more time. All right. All right, guys, so I made it to the dyno. It's all on E. She's running pretty good. So just a recap really quick. This is a cam car. We have no idea what cam. I think it's a big old honky cam because it needs a torque converter. It needs a torque converter, big time. You're just sitting there and it's wanting to jump at you. So it's probably a big cam. Big cam, headers, E85. So get it slapped on and check back in. All right, guys, so now I'm on the dyno in this cam 6.4. We're gonna go ahead and try to get some pulls in. Not getting a signal for whatever reason. There it goes. See what it's gonna make on the dyno. Based on what I've done in the past, I'm hoping for at least 490. When I say 490, I mean torque. Unfortunately, our torque isn't working. Our torque reading, that is. So we're only going to get a horsepower number. So I'm hoping to see about 490 horsepower. Hopefully 500. Who knows? It is the 85. It is a big cam. So let's get to work. All right. So pull one, base pull, you can say, is done on this SRT8. Only made 397 wheel HP. However, that was on the stock tune spark tables. That was also running really rich, so about 0.74 lambda, which is somewhere in the tens. So we're definitely going to lean that out quite a bit, play with the spark tables how I usually do. Hopefully we can see a cleaner graph and actually a graph that makes more power. So here's where it's at. So let's see what it does. Very disappointing day, at least for this car. It only made 360 wheel HP, which is not normal whatsoever. Even with, even a stock 6.4 will make 430. So it's not even making stock power. So we're starting to think maybe there might be something mechanical. So I gotta talk to the owner. Hopefully start with spark plugs and then it'll get better, but who fucking knows. Alright, so we're back with this one. Got the plugs checked out. 4 of his plugs were closed gap, which explains a lot. So got new spark plugs and we're back. Also got an audience. A bunch of the guys are here. Cam's here.
Yes, sir.
Dom's here. Javi's here. Even Jose's here, and Jose's here. Two Jose's here. We got Johnny's car is here. Luis's car is here. Javi's car is here. My Scat is here. Cam's 300 is in the back.
Yeah, I thought it was spark plug.
So it turned into, a car meet, which is fine, right? Right? We're all fine to hang out, right? Re-performance, look at that. Woo! All right, so Jess is getting it all set up, but just a kind of a reminder, this is a cam 6.4. We don't know which cam, might be the max effort, we don't know. Headers, it's on E. Only made 340. Let's see where it goes. All right, we're back in the car. just kind of loading a refresher, trying to fix that hot start. And we're gonna see what happens on the dyno. So ideally we were firing on only 4 cylinders last time, made around 370, 360, 340 around there. So this is the first pull with new plugs, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're already doing much better. We're already up 60 horsepower from 360, of course. We're up a lot of torque. So here's where we're at. We're at 450 torque, 422 wheel HP. I would like to see a lot more, so I'm loading this next file right now. We're gonna keep playing with things until we get it right. So that last pull, we were only seeing about 15 degrees of timing. So on the 85, we could run a lot more, especially with the big cam. So we're throwing some more at it and see what it does. All right, we're doing pretty well. Right now we're sitting at 440-ish wheel horsepower and 464 wheel torque. We're gonna do the last pull right now, probably call it a day on this car and this video. It's been a wild ride, so if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Let's get to it. All right, so we're gonna call it a day. We made some pretty good power, so we're floating around 443 wheel horsepower and 467 wheel torque. So, I mean, not bad for a 5-speed 6.4 on E. We don't know what kind of cam it is, so plus it's a 5-speed. Keep that in mind as well. So, thanks for watching.